Hey Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, the views, subscribes, comments, donations, all of it. I appreciate it all. We're going to go ahead and we're going to ring the bell. Let's clear out this energy and then we'll see the message the Spirit has for us today. Enough said. Someone realizes something on a whole another level or other level, because there's really no word called another unless you're black. Then there is. Somebody realizes something on a whole nother level. You see what I'm saying? Hey, J Mike. Thank you so very much for joining us. We appreciate you. Let's see, bottom of the deck. Oh, Five of Cups. Oh, yes. They remember something that happened with someone else that maybe was not honorable. Maybe was a little in the fast lane. Maybe lived in the area code that was 304. We don't know. And they're thinking about, how they gave to this person, but this person was immature. This person was immature. And this person actually came to expect it. Hey, Alicia. But it was like they found out that this relationship was just about the bow chicka bow bow, if you know what I mean. And that's not what someone was looking for. What's the message? They're thinking about something. They're realizing something. Remembering someone. What's the message? Yeah, it's like almost like they maybe a judgment call that they failed to make in the past or something that they did, about this situation. They rushed in, they did something, and it left them out in the cold. And they was in the distance waiting for something to materialize that never did. So now this person, they want something different. What's the message? What's the message? Okay, thank you. Yeah. So something about I feel like this person really didn't do their homework. Didn't check somebody out. Yeah, they didn't do their homework. They didn't check somebody out because they didn't realize somebody was there just for money. Just for money. And this person, they was doing good by themselves. They was happy, they was healed, they was healthy, you know. And in their mind, they thought they was getting an empress. But in reality, what they got was the 304 creator of that zip area code, only to find out that this person was a dark priestess, and then like was all these rendezvous, and would have all these different excuses. Like this is someone, like I said, a hoe. I mean a 304. This is somebody, who felt left out in the cold, Yeah. What's the message? But now someone, something happened and they realized that they had to put this relationship to rest because there was no loyalty there. They had to let this shit go because there was no loyalty there. They found out about this rendezvous, about this relationship. They realized somebody was just there for their money. That's a hard pill to swallow, Mm. Yeah, it was almost like somebody had to tell them the truth. Somebody had to put it out there, just point blank what was going on, and letting this person know that this is not the first time, this is not the second time, this is several times that this whole situation was going on with somebody. You know, it's almost like somebody had to finally break it down to them. Like, wait, you're not even thinking. You're not thinking. You're not doing none of that. You definitely not looking. What's the message, spirit? Yeah, because somebody was busy sneaking around, and it's like somebody was kind of acting like they didn't see anything. They kept making excuses for someone's bad behavior, just so that they could continue to see that person in that light. Hmm. Who does that? Who don't just sit there and accept the truth? What's the message, spirit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so whenever this fell, golly, we have a lot of cards that are falling in reverse today. That's whenever this person realized that they wasn't the one that they was, rocking their world, giving them that special attention, helping them with that itch. They was just one of many, one of several. In fact, at that point, they thought, if I ever have an itch, I know what that shit is. That's when this person decided it was time for them to walk away from this toxic relationship. It was over. It was done. And this person said that they have to be much more aware. And there were things that they was going to be looking for. Signs from God. Well, lo and behold, someone got a sign from God. But I think that this person was so used to being used in the past that this person felt like somebody was just trying to come after them for their money. And so maybe it was like something about the way somebody talked to somebody, the way they communicated, or the way they kind of came at them a little bit. It was like kind of off-putting. It was kind of like condescending. It was kind of like, I'm good. It's like somebody, they were meaning it in a good way, but they were kind of coming off like overbearing, you know. So, and then I guess maybe the action or the reaction that this person got was kind of like, whoa, like, man, maybe is this person, like maybe somebody had to question if that person was like husbandly worthy, or was your, were you, if this person was coming off overbearing and they got a response that they didn't understand, you know, then they might be thinking, oh, this person is just like the last person. So therefore, they don't want to do as much. They want to hold back, you know. But I feel like things are changing for this person. Because I feel like they were just maybe comparing somebody from the past, somebody that they had to walk away from. Yes, exactly. Now having to realize who a true empress is. And they're starting to see this. This is somebody who is very healing, very somebody that's good with nature, good with animals, don't have a problem showing somebody their bird, nothing like that. This is somebody who's talking about how to leave the things, that no longer suit you in the past, and how your life comes in full circle and things like that. Hey, hey, Furious Pharaoh, Wolf Dog, how are you? This is somebody who's very spiritual and knows how to protect him or herself. This is somebody who's been left out in the cold. This is somebody who's experienced that pain of loss. But this is somebody who they were looking for. This is somebody who would be a good mate. This is that 1111 card. This is somebody that Spirit's letting someone know that yes, move forward. But for whatever reason, this person is hesitant. And I think they're hesitant because they're thinking about all the money, all the work, everything that they did before, and how somebody lied to them, how somebody, stabbed them in the back, not once, not twice, but maybe 10 times, how they put them in a position or they allowed themselves to be in that position. Everybody else was out gallivanting around, spreading love throughout the entire town. Entire town was happy except for them. How this person had these expectations, how they had these expectations, but yet they were never met. They were unmet expectations. And then the whole justice, the whole karma, the whole everybody getting their just due whenever somebody decides to put an end to it because they know the truth. It's almost like someone doesn't want to go through something anymore. But Spirit is telling them to recognize this. Everybody ain't an empress. Maybe this person needed to work on themselves some more. Because something was causing this person some confusion, thinking that somebody was trying to get them for their money. And that's not it. The Empress has her own resources. She don't need yours. She can buy her own dinner. She can afford to have somebody come in and do whatever she got to do. Yeah. So she is the Empress and the Emperor. They're equal. They are partners. Partners. Somebody has to realize that. They have to work to see her as an equal, meaning she has the same mental capacity, intelligence. She may not have the same muscle mass, but at the same time, he can't squeeze through the tight spots. Hey, Deborah. Yeah, somebody has to look at something else as to why you may be, a little defensive. They have to realize something. Why you don't have a problem taking up for yourself. They don't. It's like somebody has to realize that maybe you don't need somebody coming in telling you what to do and then vanishing, leaving you out in the cold. Did they think about that? How about you make it a point to be here first, then work on telling me what to do. Come to that realization first, not later. Yeah, like they woke up like, oh, okay, I get it. And maybe they talked to somebody because they found out, it's like nobody was really arguing. It wasn't really an argument, but somebody maybe had told somebody, hey, yo, check this out. And maybe somebody, or something that about that person reminded them of what they just left, who they just left. But they started thinking, and or maybe they had a conversation, and then they had a realization. You don't really need anyone telling you what to do, and you have your own shit. That's why you said, I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. Like, keep your 2 cents. Somebody they they was looking at it wrong. I feel like somebody was looking at it like, oh, well, fine, I'll never tell him nothing. Okay, well, if that's how you feel about it, yeah, this is how what somebody was doing. They was in their ego and their pride. Fine, I'll never tell him nothing. But then they had to change how they was thinking that. Somebody said, no, if this person is not used to having somebody there telling them what to do, they probably don't want somebody coming in thinking that they can tell them what to do. If somebody say, I got it, then leave it alone. Don't try and press the fucking issue like you going to make sure that somebody understand where you stand. Fuck that. Stop. Stop. Yeah, that's just somebody thinking that they controlling the whole thing. No, you ain't controlling nothing unless you're controlling your own mind and your own mouth, your own actions. That's it. Somebody had that realization. Now they see things very clearly. That you are an equal. You're not a subordinate. You are an equal partner. Yes. And they had to understand that they have to be the ones to step up their game to equal you, not the other way around. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Now somebody they're gonna approach you and they're gonna apologize. They know they need to. They need to apologize to you. Open up this line of communication. Because what they look at you is, you're very loving, you're very loyal, you're very creative, you're very responsible, like you're very neat, like this person would, like you would make a great, your wife material, you make a great mother, grandmother, all of that. And this person needs to treat you as if you are an equal, not like this person is having to give you anything. So, yeah, they had to look at what they was trying to do or where they was at, what was in their heart. They had to check themselves out, what they wanted. And then they had to realize the truth of that situation. Like they had to check themselves. And now they want to move forward with you. They want to move forward with you, but they're sorry for, the way that they felt like they should communicate to you, because they felt like, well, I have this right, I'm going to be in control of this relationship. No, somebody found out that is not the way to have a happy relationship. Nobody needs to be controlled. You're not controlling nothing, So yeah. Someone is going to find out that any little tricks, any little games that somebody thinks that they are playing, to try and get someone to behave a certain way, to get them to respond in a certain way, is just going to be something that, I think that this is something that this person is deciding that they need to hold back on. They need to not do that shit. Because ultimately what they want is their wish fulfillment. And they said that they wanted somebody that was strong, that was independent, that wasn't afraid to take up for themselves or this and that and the other. And now that they meet somebody like that, they trying to compare that to what they just left. The 304 that you either get the 304 like that, the one that's the yes, the yes, the yes, because you know that they just want your money. Yes, yes, yes. You either get that one, or you get the one that respects themselves and is your equal, and is not just trying to put up with no bullshit because they've been through enough shit. This is somebody that is what is separated from the rest, baby. This is somebody that you got to pay to play. Not like that. Not like that. You got to put in time. You got to put in that work. You got to put in that effort. This is somebody you're gonna have to court. This ain't something that comes easily. This is something you got to work for. You got to work with. Hey, Sia, it's me. How are you? Hey, Sky. Hi, Infinite Me, myself, and I am. How are you? So, yes, absolutely. Spirit had whispered in this person's ear last night. Said, you better get your ass together. Shit. The fuck? What you talking about? Spirit told somebody if they don't like get themselves together, they're gonna be single for forever. They don't start looking at themselves and what they're bringing to the table, what they're creating. Shit, this is somebody who creating shit but can't see it. Yeah, doing shit but can't see that they the one doing shit. Spirit had them look at, okay, well, what do you want in a relationship? What is it you actually want? Do you want somebody that feel like they trapped? Or do you want somebody that's not afraid to stand up for themselves? The person that feels trapped is somebody that's going to walk away from you eventually because nobody wants to feel controlled, and they concerned the fact that you can sit here, that you're very spiritual and that you're very connected with God, and God is just letting this person know that, hey, this just means you got to come right, you got to come correct, especially if you trying to come to one of my earth angels. Dude, you better walk heavenly. You better walk like you've been there before. If not, you're going to be asking for deliverance from all that heartache and heartbreak. Shit. Mm-hmm. What else, Spirit? See, sometimes we ask for what we truly want, and then when Spirit say, here it is, but you think, well, wait a minute. This one, they speak up too much. They said, no, I ain't gonna do that. No, no, we both gonna do. No, this is how it's gonna go. I don't need you telling me how to. Excuse me. One thing you don't know about me. Excuse me. What you mean you don't like me cussing? Fuck that. They wasn't expecting somebody that was prepared to see ya. If I got to be who you want me to be and not who I want to be, I'll be. We gone. We done. Because somebody else is like, listen, I have already dealt with that bullshit. I'm not going back. What you expect? You expect me to unsee what the fuck I see? See, realizations, situations, communication. Yeah, somebody had to think, what do they truly want? What is it you really want? Spirit said, ask yourself, what is it you really want? Get yourself together. Get your ass together. If you want this, then you got to work for it, motherfucker. Spirit said, I knew whenever I decided to take Jesus away, that wasn't going to be a bad idea, because then he was going to be in the flesh and he'd be there to smack you upside your damn head right now. Whew. Trust me when I say I'm coming back for your ass. But what you want? What you want? See, Spirit said, you know what? This person, they need to trust. They need to trust that this person is what they asked for. They need to give equally to this person. Give equally to this person. If not, Spirit said that they'll hold their money back. So they got a choice. They can either give equally to you, or they're going to have their shit held back. Either way, Spirit said this the one that you want when you want that 10 of Pentacles. Because my baby got 6. You only got 4. So don't act stupid. You got 4. She got 6. You want your wish fulfillment? She the strong one. Shit, she trying to help you. Shit, she trying to get your ass to move forward in the right direction. You worrying about you trying to give her advice. Please. Shut up. Shut up. Spirit said you trying to have dominion over her. But I think not. Spirit said you ain't even successfully got your own head out your ass yet. You trying to look around and talk about something. Well, I really can't see nothing. It's dark, but I think I can lead like this. No, you can't. Spirit said, sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. She got this. She got all this. She been working on this shit for years. Shit. Some Spirit said, you and your inexperienced ass. This is you. This you, fool. And this her. Why you think I gave her the car keys? Not you. Why you think I put the money in her hand and not your hand? And you worrying about, because she'll spin that shit around on you and talk about, I know you just didn't talk to me like that. I know you not just sitting your ass there and while I'm up here, because I get frustrated in a minute. That stop, motherfucker. Someone like but Spirit said, look, that's the one that you need. Yep. Somebody thought that you was going to look different, act different, be different. They like how you look. But they thought that you was going to be more submissive. That you was going to be like more submissive. And I think, you know what? They got it mixed up because you're easygoing. You're laid back and you're easygoing. So, and they're like, hey, you want to do this? You're like, yeah, that's cool. What kind of food you like? Hey, I'm really open to it. I'm really good. So they thought that you're going to be really submissive, but you're not. You just say they match. Trust me, you cannot make this up. You are their equal. You can't make this shit up. And they thinking, this is too good to be true. This too good to be true. So they thinking about putting an end to this relationship. See, you can't make this up. You cannot make this shit up. You are their equal. You are their man, but they want to put an end to some shit. They want to put an end to they happiness. Okay? They're the one that ain't got shit. You got it all. This motherfucker was too strong. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yeah, somebody, it's like they feel like This morning they feel like they can't protect themselves, really. Like they don't have no argument. That's what it is. They feel like they don't have no argument, because it's like they woke up this morning and they looked at their house or something about their house, their yard, their property. They looked at something and everything looked like it was brand new. Everything looked like it was a gift. That's when somebody started saying, you know what? I understand now. It's going to take some time. It's going to take building. It's going to take this. It's going to take that. It's going to take compromise. Somebody said, no, they don't want to be by themselves that's confirmation. They don't want confirmation. They don't want to be by themselves for the rest of their life. They said they don't want to be all in their ego and pride and everything got to be like this and like that. And they need to let go of the thoughts that this type of person, because it's not that type of person. Someone is expecting, was expecting someone to come in and be like, oh, can you give me money? Or I need this for that. I need this for that. But that's not what happened. This person came in and knew exactly what they needed and gave it to them. Didn't ask for a damn thing, but gave them what they needed. Said, I see what you need. Let me help you out. Let me hook you up. Ooh. Someone gets it now. Now they get it. They understand it. They understand it. What the difference is. What's the message? Mm-hmm. And it's like it's like something that, I feel like this person kind of turned their back on you a little, but then they have regrets and now they're trying to reach out. Mm-hmm. But something about the full moon, there was a full moon last night. Maybe this person wished for or prayed for under the full moon what they really wanted. And this morning they woke up and they realized it was you. Let's see what else another deck has to say. Bottom of the deck. Fulfillment. 4 cups. Yeah, somebody's thinking about, exploring what they really want. Checking their own heart space out. It's time for them to decide, because guess what? They understand that life is not going backwards. It's only going forwards. They're not getting younger. They're only getting forward. And they understand that everything is not going to be their way. They have a choice to make, to be with someone who sees things, who is a star, who is healing, who gives, who sees what they need. This is somebody that they would be wise to pursue. This is someone that they would be wise to be with. Yes, this is somebody that, like I said, under the moon last night, they was praying about what they truly, truly wanted with the 4 of Wands. What they were praying, this is what I really want. And when they woke up, God showed them you. This is what you really want. You want someone with strength. You want someone with a backbone, someone who is not afraid to stand up for themselves. That's what you want. So now this person is thinking how to balance this out, to bring this together, because they understand it's not you that needs to be balanced. It's actually them that needs to be balanced. They need to balance how they feel about sharing with you, giving you an equal opportunity, a fair chance without making these immature, insecure, baseless opinions about you, especially without having any proof, none whatsoever. Spirit, talk to this person. Show this person that it's time for them to look at, not just look at, but compare how it was with other people. Do you know what it was like when they tried to be with other people? Did these other people do these same things? No. These other people were nice enough. These other people were kind enough. They were very diplomatic, but they did nothing to help. They just sat there. They just watched. But when they needed something, they didn't have a problem asking. This is what somebody's thinking about. This is what lets this person know that no more, uh, no more, what is that, chasing waterfalls or some shit like that. No more chasing waterfalls. You know? Yep, this is sticking to the rivers and the cars that you used to, whatever. I don't know what the words are. With the Six of Swords and the Chariot. This is spirit carrying someone in the right direction. Carrying someone in the right direction. Yes, because this person, they wanted victory over going through the same cycle. This is them getting victory over going through that same cycle. And it's like the competition, the conflict, not really being able to meet that person that they really get along with. Now they meet someone that they really get along with, and the wheel of fortune is turning in their favor. This person is very curious, very, very curious. And it's like they're wondering, they know that whatever ways that they used to have, whatever ways they used to act, whatever thoughts they used to allow them to carry from one person to the other, they know that shit is over. They got to stop that shit. They have to stop that shit, especially if they want to have their dreams come true. They got to stop that. This is like an opportunity that they have to work at. This is an opportunity. This is a golden opportunity for them that they have to work at. This is something that this person is going to have to push past their fears, push past their limiting beliefs. This is a decision that somebody is going to have to make, a conscious decision they're going to have to make as to this is what I truly want. So they're going to stop with the that negative, that lack mindset, that they'll never do this, they'll never do that. Stop with that. Like now, this person needs to readjust how they feel about someone. Get excited about life. Get excited about life. And not only get excited about life, but don't be afraid to go within and look at your own motives. Look at your own motives. This is what someone is going to have to do. Look at their own motives. Why are they, if they're acting a certain way, why are they acting a certain way? If there's a time of tension, what is it they're putting in? What is it they expect? Why are they trying to do this? Are they trying to gain control in some sort of way? What is their motive? What is their motive? Yes, what is their motive? What are they really trying to do? And then that's the message that they're going to get on how to have a happy home, because if they realize that what they're trying to do is based on to make them feel good. See, we can't have these relationships and we're trying to do this so someone showers appreciation over us. That's not the reason why we need to do it. We need to do it because that's what we want to do. Okay. Now, if you do something for someone or you have some piece of advice for someone and they say, that's good, yeah, then stop, you know, or if somebody's not receptive to it at that time, then stop. It's like, but don't keep on, or somebody doesn't give you the reception that you expect. If you bring home a dozen roses for somebody and they go, oh, these are nice. And you're like, that's it? These are nice? You can't get upset because maybe they're dealing with something else. Or maybe they're thinking about something else. Or maybe, who knows? Now, if you brought a Lamborghini, then that's some exciting shit right there. That's some shit to be like, oh, you did this for me? Come on over here. That's what somebody done put in made an investment. You don't really need no Lamborghini, but somebody has to understand that it's about balance. It's about balance. Yes, sometimes you have to give a little bit more over here, but that person gives a little bit more over there. You do this better, but that person does this better. You can run this better, but that person runs this better. It's about balance. Someone needs to, they can rest, feeling like everything's going to be all on them. They can rest. They can put that negative thinking to rest, because they find out the one thing about you is that you are very nurturing and you're not ashamed to show it. You ain't ashamed to show it. This person is very clear about the truth today. They are very clear. The truth is the truth. And everything that you had to say to this person, they know was the truth. And they said, you know what? They can't knock you off your tower. They can't knock your crown off. It's like this person was like I said, trying to be on some type of control chip. You said, no. You had to give that person something else to think about. Had to sit them in the corner for them to think a little bit. They had to finally realize that you that new type of love. You the one they was praying for. Yes. And you are very spiritual. You've been doing this for a long time. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. You know. You come with passion and compassion at the same time. They know they can fuck around if they want to, but they know they really don't want to. They do, but not the way that will piss you off. They want to do it that other way. So right now, somebody they kind of feel like a fool that they They should have been more like a team with you. They was like they was working with you, but they feel like they should have been more putting into a situation as opposed to trying to sit back and allow you to take care of the situation because they realize now they didn't know where to have no relationship. Now somebody's thinking about they need to actually step up to the plate a little bit more. They need to have some courage. They need to get up off their ass and get some shit done. So it's not just you. Mm-hmm. Somebody needs to understand that they need to get out of that uh, mindset that they're trapped, that they're stuck. They need to get out of that. They just need to exercise some discernment when it comes to people, you know. But then after that, they realize with you, this is a dream come true. This is a relationship that will prosper. You ain't no little Rudy Poo. You ain't no little Rudy Poo. Mm-mm. What's the message? Yep. Was anything pop over? No. Teamwork. That's what happened. But it came in like this, so it was really upside down. They realized and they wasn't trying to be no team member. But see, they got to do something now different. They know they got to do something different. Period. Somebody had a little sit down with themselves. You know. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because they're thinking about, I think something in the past where they was the other people, they was just like so nonchalant, not even telling them, like somebody that's not sharing what they feel, you know. But now you're very diplomatic, but you're also telling that person what's on your mind. So there's no way for that person to have to guess. They hear it from you. Yep. You are completely different than the other person, and they see that it's that conversation of you not just feeling like you gonna sit there and take some shit. You gonna be like, no, fuck all that. Shut up. Or you may not be saying shut up, but you'll be like, shut up. Fuck all that. This person, they like that passion that you got. How you that spark. They like that. They like that. They know. You know. Mm-hmm. And they was gonna send you a message that was gonna let you know that it was over, but they decided not to. They decided they was not going to cut this off because they started thinking about it. They started thinking about this shit and they made a decision and they got some clarity. They got some clarity and they said, you know what? She ain't that bad. She ain't that bad. She can be hella mean. Woo wee! I feel bad for a rattlesnake or a scorpion coming in front of her. Cause they about to get fucked up. But when I'm thinking about it, she ain't bad. She like, just what the doctor ordered. It's like she got in there, she created something out of nothing. It's like this something little brand new. It's like shit. This is like a whole new thing over here now. And someone was thinking I wasn't really sure. I was thinking this gonna be the same thing. Somebody said no. This one different. Mm. What's the message? Yes, somebody said that's what I need in my life. That's what I need. Somebody who can create nothing. I mean, who can create something out of nothing. You know, somebody who got who inspired to get, all right, let's do this. Come on. It's like somebody they thinking about, this the one. This who I need. hmm This who, and very balanced. Like there's this person now they can see what you bring and what they bring, and they realizing you don't need what they got.